How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad we've been trying to do this for like what
Oh my gosh, a minute.
a minute. It's been
Yes.
about 2-3 no, probably a month.
Yeah, because we were gonna do it last week, and I had to switch up some things because my dad. So yeah, he got sick. He had a stroke, and that is like just came out of nowhere. My world just changed instantly. So I'm the oldest, so I have to do everything. I'm the one that, from power of attorney to just making sure he gets his food and stuff every day. He's able to function, but it's still, he's limited in doing certain things because it's so fresh. We're expecting him to make a recovery, but right now, whoo, child, it's been something else.
What's some like the limitations that he has now?
Well, like for example, he has the type of stroke that happened on his right side. So physically, he's okay, thank God. But if he, like for example, he was asking what day of the week it was, and he said, "How much does it cost?" So it's like the brain is crazy. But what I learned is this is something that happens with people all the time. So, stroke wise, and your brain, even when it's injured, it's so resilient that it will rewire and rework itself. So you can have a damaged area or a dead area, but the rest of it will kind of start taking up for the part that was damaged. It just takes time, and it's a lot of healing. So
How long are they expecting him to?
well, they said sometimes about 3 months is when you'll see a real drastic change, but then you never know. Some people don't ever really recover, and it's never 100%. But then some people wake up and one day they are just back. So it's weird. I mean,
Yeah, my aunt had a stroke, and I think I ain't gonna say I think she never recovered. Like she ended up
Really?
passing away. But
oh
yeah,
no.
she couldn't move,
Oh,
talk
completely.
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I guess like a vegetable in a way.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it definitely, it's, listen, when you hear stroke, it's serious business. And he was such a healthy man that, I didn't think that anything like that would happen, but
Right.
he's 74. So things can change in the blink of an eye,
it can.
so yeah.
It can.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, honey. I ain't about to cry now. I
Oh,
was
okay,
just-
okay.
I was actually trying to figure out what was going on with my lash because both sides is like, I don't know what's going on, but no, I'm
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, Melanie, like tell us a little bit about you, man. Like for those that don't know, we got Miss Melanie Sanders right here.
Hi. Yes.
So bubbly, super bubbly. From my knowledge, I tried to stay a little ignorant to some of the things because I wanted to have a genuine interview. And so
Yeah.
I suck at, if I know about you, I tend to not ask all the time. And so the audience, they may not know those things. And so I try to have a genuine interview. So
Yeah.
my first question, first we're going to rewind. Melanie is that person in Jackson, for real. Like,
Thank you.
you see her everywhere. Like it took me a while to realize. I just told Melanie this. I thought she was Deion Sanders' daughter. That's when I first think M-Bar. That's what it was.
Yeah.
M-Bar. Yo, I was doing some work with Richard, and I was seeing your name. Like, I guess you was posting for him or something.
Yeah, little social media manager.
Yeah, I was like, I said, this man, because Richard and Coach Prime was like,
Yes.
so I was like, okay, this is his daughter.
Yeah, that's Sanders. And it's weird because even when I lived in Atlanta, which was over a decade ago, people thought I was Deion's daughter. And I don't, it's just the Sanders. They and he was big in Atlanta at one point.
He was.
And so, people hear Sanders. I don't know where they got that from. It's a million Sanders.
It's the way you carry yourself, though.
Oh, okay.
Like upper echelon, pretty, So, like.
If you say so.
So just tell us a little bit about you, Mel. Like, what would you like the audience to know just about who you are, what you do, and how did you get to this point right now?
Well, okay, I'm from Vicksburg, Mississippi. And I actually started, like, my dream was to be a singer. Like, music, entertainment has been my world since I was little. I spoke at Alcorn yesterday. I was a keynote speaker, which is, like, terrifying for me because as much as I like to talk to people like us, a keynote speaker, I'm, like, terrified. But I was telling them about how I started. And I told them about my love for music started when I was really, really, really little. And my mama, when I was 5, she had a Michael Jackson birthday cake made for me. And because I loved him. And it meant so much to me. And I mean, that just a symbol of my love for music was that cake at that time, you know? And so saying that to say, you know, I love Michael Jackson. I love Diana Ross. They used to take me to the concerts wherever something was going on. My parents were always there, like, okay, we going. And so I started doing talent shows, and that's why I did pageants. And for people don't know, but I was runner up to Miss Mississippi for years, and then I went on to win Miss Atlanta, and then I was on American Idol. I was on American Idol first. And so, you know, that's what started me to get really deep into the entertainment industry. I went to Spelman, and that was the mecca for music. LaFace, So Def, J Records, all these entities were in Atlanta. And that's kind of also how I started with public relations and being behind the camera too, because my experience was so vast in front of it that I was able to bring it behind the scenes too. So I have the best of both worlds when it comes down to the entertainment industry, in my opinion.
So how did you choose to make public relations the career path for you?
It chose me. I didn't even know I was doing it. I didn't even know what public relations was. And it's still such a broad thing. Like, it's basically the strategic planning of how people and places are communicated to the masses. And without public relations, without branding, public relations to me doesn't really matter. I always say that. So I kind of was branding and doing public relations at the same time because I was helping all my friends who were in the industry, like Nene Leakes. Nene Leakes was one of my friends, and I helped her with a lot of things with what she was doing. Sheree Whitfield. So these are girls that I already knew in Atlanta, and we just came up at the same time in the industry. So we helped each other.
Right. It's crazy. See, I didn't even know you knew Nene. I was just joking with you how you got out the car.
That's my girl.
Reminded me, she came out like, what's the thing Nene did when she was like, "Woo, the ghetto." Like she wasn't calling where we at the ghetto. She just came out walking like that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, that's her. But listen, Nene is true blue. That's her all day, every day.
Yeah. So so how do you normally filter through like the clientele that you choose to work with?
Well, that's a good question, because I have learned you have to filter.
You have to.
You got to. Because this is the thing. Everybody has an idea. Everybody wants to meet. Everybody wants a
manager too.
Oh yeah. Oh, they be asking you too.
I had a talent agency.
Wait a minute. I didn't know that.
Seriously.
Dorian, really?
Yes, I had my clients working with Chris Brown, Drake.
Stop.
Gotti. I hated it. Hated it.
A lot, right?
That's why I wanted you to come on the show. Because I hated it. I don't know how you still doing it.
Listen, it's hard. And I'm going to tell you, my things have kind of shifted for me in recent time. I don't take many clients anymore. And I have to, and going back to your question, I had to learn to filter because I was spreading myself too thin.
Yep.
It was just too much. And then it's a thankless profession.
Thankless. Yep.
And I know, as a manager, and I tell people, I don't want to be, I'm going to find a manager for you. That's why I got excited.
They don't understand the difference either. They don't understand, they don't understand the difference between an agent, a manager, a PR, an agent, stuff like that. So.
And it's so much work. Let's talk about this, because the management game, it's like all day, every day.
And they have to give you something to manage too. A lot of people don't have no motion, don't have anything going on, and they want you to come in. Now there's PR.
There you go.
Now there's branding, like you said earlier. So now you have to teach them how to have a social media presence, and that's not even your job. You're a manager. You're supposed to be managing what they already have.
Thank you. This is important. People need to know. A manager is not the person that's going to make you, the next best thing. They are managing what you have to offer the masses. Yep. Now, they can help. You all can, help get good venues, or you got a criteria and a standard that you set for your clients. But, they want you to, these clients, they want you to do everything for them. They don't understand themselves. So that's actually a good tip. Letting people know what exactly the difference between all of those things are when you sit down with somebody. I just thought about that. I might start doing that if I even continue, because PR is wearing me out.
How so?
because of what we're talking about. I think that people look at you as they're
like kids, honestly.
Yes.
They're like kids.
You babysit all day, every day. And then let me tell you a story real quick.
Gotcha.
I had a client that you might have heard of, and I don't even care. I'm going to tell you who it is. His name was Lamore Whitehead, and he was the bishop up in Harlem or some part of New York. I think it was Harlem, yeah, where he got stood. I mean, they stuck him up at his church. So they you know, and he was they called him the Pastor Bling or whatever. He used to wear all that fancy
I know exactly
jewelry.
what you're talking about.
Him. So I'm gonna tell y'all what happened with him. Okay, so to make this long story short, I was introduced to him by, some people that I'm cool with, and I was fine with them because I liked them and I knew that they wouldn't put me anywhere that was crazy. But they warned me. They said, now he's very different. He's very over the top, okay? Let me tell you, I have never had a client that had me under like a spiritual arrest. Like, I felt like he wanted to be able to call all day, every day, whenever he said something. But let me tell you, he ended up firing me. And how he ended up firing me was on Zoom in front of his church folks. Now, let me just say, guess why he said he was firing me?
What was the reason?
He told me, I told him that I was going to get him an interview with Oprah Winfrey. He told me I was going to help him win the, what was he running for? Some kind of presidency of the borough up there or something crazy. Whatever the case is, I said, whoa. Now, I knew it was some things going on because in our conversations, I thought that he was a bit much.
Yep.
But I remember about that Oprah Winfrey thing. He thought because I was on the Oprah Winfrey Network doing Bell Collective that I had some inroads. And I have been on the Oprah Winfrey Show myself years ago, but that has nothing to do with none of these things. My answer to him was, we're going to work to get there. We'll work to that. But anyway, a scammer is a scammer. Yes, I said it. And he, not only did he pretend to want my services, he went and got the what he paid me, because we was only together for like a month. So I guess his thing was, let me go and get these folks services, and then I'm going to go and get the money, charge back or whatever, Took my little money, but I got it back. But yeah. But then was the one that told me, I don't care how much you cost. I don't care.
Those the worst ones.
Them the ones. I said, well, wait a minute. Now, don't you want to know what I can offer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just however much it costs.
Yep.
I said, oh, Lord.
You got to watch out for them.
Don't you?
Yep. I had a guy down here, pretty prominent, did the same thing. Come try to book you and basically say, oh, we got an open check. Then you send them something that's below market rate, and it's an issue. So I just even with that though, the whole situation with working with him, a lot of people, when they go and they get management or they get PR, they really expect you to do the work for them, and they don't have any patience. No patience. No.
They think because they're paying you, it's supposed to be magic.
And they think they own you.
They sure do.
I had one of my problems with my clients was so I was in, I think, New York at the time. So I'm on a whole different time zone than a lot of my clients. And so they would call.
Oh, you were living there? Oh, okay.
They'll call wee hours of the morning, anytime they want, and they feel like they had to have access to you. And then I had mostly women. So women are territorial when it comes to who they work with. They're like, oh, I don't want you working with her and stuff like that. Yeah. And then it's when they can't talk to you all the time, now that's where the problems come. Now that's when they're like, oh, I can't get in contact with you right when I need you to. They expect you to travel with them. They really expect you to be like parents. And I just got so tired of that, Melanie.
It's a lot. And I am just, listen, I'm glad we're talking about this. I had no idea that you did that. And so, and then you were younger doing that too. So a lot of times these people think your age. They can bully you, or they can, they feel like you don't know, or they, child, you got to stop these folks. Even with I am still taking clients, but I'm so particular. And when I give you paperwork, it says I work on these days And I'm not going to be, you better text me because I'm not going to answer the phone all the time.
Yep.
That's another thing. I can't stand it. And I have beef in the streets right now because I'm just not a phone person. I don't care who it is. I'm just not, because it's too, you have to learn what works for you. And this is when it started, American Idol, back in 2002 or 2001, whenever I was on there. Yeah. My phone became like, it was an enemy to me because that direct access, and that was way before we were really texting and all that kind of stuff. Like, this is when we kind of, we had sidekicks. We were kind of starting that text movement. People called all day, and I had to back up because it drove me crazy. And I have not recovered. I'm still messed up about the phone.
I'm the same way.
Really?
I hate getting called.
I hate it.
I hate it.
I'm like,
I don't want to answer. I'm serious. Like,
me too.
I have to tell myself, Dorian, this is how you're going to get paid.
Oh my God. Why, even when I called you when I was in the parking lot, I was going to text you and I said, let me just go and call because he might be, I have to force myself because I'm just like instantly like, bloop, 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 bloop.
Yep. I hate it. I don't. Like, if my partners call me, it's different. But like, people, they call you, they have the craziest questions, the most redundant questions, things that could be text too. It's like not even pressing. And I thought it was just me.
No, honey. And then you got the people that will hit you up in the middle of the day and just say, what you doing?
Yep.
I'm like,
so what? Have you, how is it you being a woman in this field? Because I'm a guy and it was too much for me. How is it for you?
I feel like the same way you feel about women, I get that with women too. They are still territorial even with women because if I have a client who finds out that another person that they know wants to work with me, even on a small scale, it's like, oh, okay.
You're supposed to be my person. Yeah.
I can feel the energy, So that's definitely not dealing with men in the industry has always been interesting for me because I am, as you said earlier, I'm bubbly. And so sometimes I realize that bubbliness
comes off as flirting.
Yes, exactly. And I always feel like I can let somebody know that I'm not interested, but some people just won't accept it. They feel like, oh, she hugged me. She must like me. So, I do have to I'm a very spiritual person. I'm an energy person. So I do, and I feel like I have discernment though too. I do. But I have definitely had my share of crazy men, definitely, because they will create any kind of scenario just to get next to you.
Yep.
They will do anything. And that has always been interesting to me because it's like, y'all don't have no shame. No shame.
What's like the weirdest thing a guy has done like in this field at least? Because we know in the personal life, women deal with weird dudes all the time. But like in the industry, like what's the weirdest thing a guy has done?
Dang, I feel like it's at the tip of my tongue too. Because as you were saying, if something was creeping up in my memory, I'm trying to think. What did oh God, it seems like it's right here too. The creepiest, craziest thing. I might have to come back to it because it's definitely been some times. I just can't. It's like I went blank on when or what was the. I feel like it's creeping up on my thoughts. What was it that? Let me see. Let's circle back to it. It's gonna come to me because I want to answer that. Because I mean, and look, it's crazy. The professional folks, the personal folks, it be some. They all crazy.
Yeah, I know it. I can imagine because like I know it has to be kind of challenging to reach out to guys first. Being a woman, PR led. You independent, right? Or you have other people that work with you?
Yeah. Now I do have some people that work with me, but what I do is I kind of contract it out.
Okay.
So, and I really am right now, the thing that's making me stay in PR is that I am going to go ahead and make it more agency-like, firm-like, and give people the clients that I might not want to all the way work with. I shouldn't say that, but I'll give them some of these clients, and I will work with them and make sure, and I'll oversee it like a real agency, like a real estate agency.
Tasha Mack. I'm sorry. It's probably for some
I
y'all
love
time.
the game. I miss the game. Oh my god!
Even though that was management, that wasn't. Was she a talent agent or a manager?
She was a manager. Well, she was a she was the football. She was an agent.
So she was an agent, not a manager. Yeah.
But I mean, she was a manager too, because her son was Malik or something.
Yeah, Malik needed a lot of
everything. She was kind of everything
to Malik, because he was the person we talking about. He needed his mama when he needed her.
See,
got a call when he called. She got an answer. She can't work with nobody else.
Yeah, she's a momager. See, a momager is a unique. That's a real. I consider that a real position, because a momager is truly more than just manager. If you got one, you blessed. My mama she kind of is a momager too. Back when I was younger, she really did handle a lot of my stuff. My dad's an attorney, so he helped too.
Okay,
but we not that. I'm not your mom. I don't wanna talk all day. I don't wanna, just have to burp you. I'm not, and then I don't even want to feel like you think I'm gonna go everywhere with you. That's what your assistant.
So you deal with that too?
Yes. And then they don't want to pay to bring you with. They want you to show up. Man,
you got some that expect you to pay for it.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
They want you to pay for you and them.
Yes.
This is
with the management especially, because they do think that you should invest in them, and some managers do.
I get that. But see, a lot of people, they think of like Jay-Z managing Meg Thee Stallion. That's different. We talking about you having your own business, your own client. A manager's supposed to basically, when you got people calling you, they're supposed to take those calls. They're supposed to organize it, set it up, get your calendar together, and then report it back to you, and make sure that when you get there, it's a smooth transition. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's a manager.
That's it.
That's really what it's supposed to be.
That's all it's supposed to be.
Now they just want you to be a part of their whole operation.
An agent job is to go and find the work.
There you go.
PR is branding. When you make a mistake, like Kanye West the other day, talking about Beyonce, he was.
Oh my God!
How you feel about that?
What's going on? I feel like he needs medication. Well, I'm sure he has medication. I really feel like he's just at a point in his life where he is just so just convoluted with craziness. I feel like he's just trying to figure out something to do with himself. So he doesn't care about saying some crazy shit, because it's like, what they gonna do? It's almost like he enjoys. He has a thrill out of pissing people off. And it's interesting though, because as a musician, as a creative, you build your life on getting emotions from people. You build your life off of making people feel a way, and that's a turn on as a singer, as an actor, as a creative. And I damn near feel like he just said, well, let me get some emotion, because that lets me thrive. I'm gonna get any kind of crazy ass emotion I can from these folks. And he just at his wits end, and he just saying, well, let me try this. Let's see what they gonna do now. What they gonna say? How
would you handle a client that was like? So first of all, would you represent a guy like Kanye West? And if you did, how would you kind of structure the controversy that he typically goes to
all the time?
Yearly? Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you my style of PR. My style of PR is being very relatable and honest and real. I don't really go and do strategies that they try to teach you in school. I didn't go to school for it. There are strategies that you're supposed to use in crisis situations and stuff. I like to be real. And this is case by case, because everything you can't be too real about. But with Kanye, I almost feel like for him, I would take him on as a client, just because I probably am only gonna work for him for about a month, but that'd be enough money.
He gonna fire you.
So where look, that'd be enough money. I ain't gotta do nothing for the rest of the year. Okay, that's fine. Come on, Kanye. But no, Kanye needs to tell the folks, look, y'all know I'm crazy as fuck. Don't listen to nothing I say. I just say whatever I want to say.
But what if he doesn't? What if he's like closer to like Orlando Brown than he is a Jay-Z as far as mindset? What if he just messed up?
Oh, now
you see, like you never really know.
But then in those cases, then you corral other folk to tell the story for him. Or for, so he has his own narrative. We know he crazy. So then you can corral in some other folks he can't use Jay-Z no more, but he can bring in other people, and perhaps that can be something you can strategize it to where it's, they can make it, you can make something out of it. If he can't say it and they know he's crazy, it's like, hey, our boy up to it again, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I have definitely not sat down and thought about it, but I would go other avenues and try to bring some relatability to this man, because you're right. He might be just messed up.
Kanye is like the first person I've seen that's like really, really, truly defeated cancel culture. Like you can't cancel Kanye. Like
this is that's a real thing. You just said, I never thought about that. So he's here. Mm-hmm. So if he's here, I mean, shit, it doesn't matter what it really does. Then we already expect it. Mm-hmm. So if we expect it, then hell, it's probably a playground PR wise for him. I mean, it may not work. People are gonna hate him. People are gonna love him. It's gonna, but I don't know. He's just kind of. Whatever.
I think people like at first when he was doing the whole church thing, I think people were trying to protect him because our black people
how we feel about the church, baby.
Yeah, that and how we do successful black people. I ain't even say just black men, because I heard people say Oprah Winfrey is like eating kids in Hawaii.
Oh, you said
it's crazy to me.
Oh, you saying serious. What they say? Okay, go ahead.
So basically, like. With Kanye, I think at first people were protecting him because, like, he was in his eyes he felt like he was done wrong by Adidas. He felt like they were trying to target him, trying to build Cosby, not necessarily build Cosby, but like take him through something similar as far as like destroying his character. So I think people rallied behind him to protect him, but I think like after a while, like it's gotten to the point where you like. I don't know, Kanye.
Kanye crazy as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to say that. Lord, please forgive me. We're not supposed to call folk crazy these days, but whatever. I'm old school. That's what I say. I listen.
So how do you feel about that the new wave of like, because even then that can be considered something to get you canceled, like these different words and stuff. So how have you like integrated yourself into like the modern way of thinking?
Oh, you mean like not saying the N-word,
watching what you say, yep.
All that. I come from a pageant background, and the pageant world is like you have to monitor everything that you do. And since I have left that world, it's almost like I'm a rebel. It's like I'm putting my elbow on the table. I'm doing things intentionally just to let people know I own me. I'm not trying to do what anybody else is doing. So even though for clients, I do tell them, watch the things that you say. I'm really not all the way decent with it myself. I use the N-word a lot. I do. I curse. I use colorful language. And I know that you do have to be careful with what you say. I get that. But then at the same time, things have to be done reasonably. You don't have to change your character to not be able to say a word for an interview. You can still be you. Just got to be careful with how you do it,
Yeah, so like you said something too. I think the audience especially will want to know this. So like what happened in the pageant world that got you so like rebellious?
The pageant world, I come from the pageant world when they were it was almost like the end of an era when you really had to be, in shape for a swimsuit. Now these days, how you kind of brushed on it, you got the cancel culture, you got the, everybody can be included in everything, even pageants, you can get big girls in pageants, nothing wrong with a big girl, because, baby, we're going to talk about that in a minute, because I was a big girl for a second, too. And I got big girls in my family. But what I'm saying is, it is the pageant world I came from was about extreme discipline.
Yeah.
Extreme. And then I am a Black woman in a predominantly white sport, because I consider pageantry a sport.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't treat you well if you are that girl. And what I mean is, if you can come in there and they know that you can kill talent, they know that you're going to put on a swimsuit and you're going to look like what you're supposed to look like, and then you can talk. Mm-hmm. That's a serious matter when you are in the pageant world of yesteryear and a Black woman. I remember a time where I was about to go on stage at Miss Mississippi, and this girl, she ran up to me before I walked on stage. Now, I had been run up to Miss Mississippi several times, and the only reason why I went to Miss Atlanta is because I kept being runner up to Miss Mississippi, never won. So this girl came up to me, and this was the year that I was projected to win, mm-hmm. but I don't ever be thinking I'm gonna win some pageants, because you gotta just go in and do what you do, because you just never know. And a lot of women do come in there feeling like they're the contender or whatever you call it, and they gonna win. But anyway, that ain't me. I like to just make sure I do well enough to where they like, what happened? Why didn't she win? Okay, that's my thing. But getting to the point, I was walking on the stage, and the girl stops me, and she's like, Melanie, don't think about the thousands of people in the audience. Don't think about the millions of people who are going to be watching you on TV. Just do the best you can. That's what she said to me. Like, and I'm like, I said, oh, thank you so much. I was like, girl, I do this. This is what I love, but I appreciate it. And I went on, you know what I mean? But they used to try, they would steal stuff. They would do anything to wreck your psyche. But I'm telling you, pageants is what is the reason why I did well at American Idol. Because if you can go through the pageant world, it's not much. Your skin's so thick. People in American Idol, honey, I remember it was a girl. She flat out fell out. She was so scared. She was so worried. She just fainted. Then you got people sick. You got people crying. You got people fighting. It's just emotionally crazy when you're competing on that level. And I'm sitting up there like, shit, I done been through this. Ain't nothing more competitive than a Black woman competing in a white world of pageantry.
Especially in the early 2000s.
In Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm just telling you the honest truth. That's my experience and my opinion.
So how was, like, American Idol then? What was that experience like?
American Idol is crazy as hell.
How so?
Because it is, and I can say this these days because we have a contract that an ironclad contract. Mm-hmm. I was on the first season, so our contracts were just small compared to the people these days. But you can't talk about certain stuff. Well, American Idol taught me what television and production for reality shows is really about. Mm-hmm. And American Idol is the ultimate reality show. Mm-hmm. It is it's scripted. I remember Randy, Simon, and Paula, they had a book about that thick, and they could turn the pages, and they could find, and one section was just for insults. Stuff that they could say to throw some people off. And I was like, damn. And then the whole voting thing, I was like, well, has anybody in the history of anybody seen the voting room or the phones or the system that counts these votes? Have you ever seen it? I haven't. Mm-mm. So that's why I'm like, well, where is it? I don't know. I mean, so it is a production. Mm-hmm. It is created for the masses. And so I felt that I wasn't going to get worked up over something that was just a TV show. So no matter what I did, they already had their decisions made, and they were going to do it a certain way. We just had to go through the process. So
how far did you get first? Like, explaining it, like, just how far did you get with it? And
I'm looking at the camera.
You can look at me, the camera don't matter.
Okay. I got to the top 30. Mm-hmm. But what people don't know is that it started off as the top 15. And then they created the top 30. So that was the people that you saw competing on TV for the preliminaries. And then from the 30, then they made it to the top 10. So top 15, and then they got rid of the top 15. I was in the original top 15. Then they decided that they were going to go ahead and make it a top 30 to make it broader. And then people would vote for more people and all that. And then they made the top 10.
Mm-hmm. So,
yes.
So is American Idol something that you feel like helped out a lot with your career? Or is it something that you kind of just like want to bury, or not bury, but like something that it was just something you did, and that was that, whatever, and you moved on?
I mean, I think that it helped in that I got to meet a lot of people in production. And then, like a lot of things, once they see you one place, they'll bring you on for something else. And they brought me on to another show after that called All American Girl, which took place in 2004. And that was like it was considered a new age pageant where we did obstacle courses and all kind of crazy stuff. And we had celebrity coaches and stuff. So I'll tell you about that. But I do think that American Idol helped in that. And I don't think anything, well, let me just put it like this. It's going to help you because experience is something you cannot buy. It's something that you just gonna have to do. And I feel like anything that you do and you keep doing it and getting on another level and another level, it's a positive thing. So I wouldn't change it. I enjoyed my time. They brought us back to perform at the MGM Grand. We were in Vegas for 2 weeks, and it was an experience. It was an experience. So yeah, I'm glad I did it. It definitely helped. Yes, I would say.
So how did you end up back in Jackson?
Let me tell you. I was asking myself that for a long time. Let me tell you. Okay, I was tired of Atlanta. It had worn me out. I'm going to, listen, I don't even remember how I survived. I had the best time just living and going out and playing but I had to be real. I wasn't really progressing. I was just having fun. So I had a bright idea to move to Miami because I felt like if I move to Miami, I'm going to get in shape and I'm going to be like, I'm just going to be happy because it's going to be sun and food and all that. And so one of my friend guys, he and I said, okay, we're going to move and we're going to be roommates. We had a plan. Like, we crazy. We just we're young. We think we know everything. And baby, when I got to Miami, I found a condo. And I was like, okay, condo was fly. And it said it was $3,200 a month. And I was like, okay, well, I had a job, a position that came open to be a regional director for this very exclusive spa, okay? And they were acting like they were going to hire me. Honey, they had flown me down there and everything and picked me up in like a Bentley and all this. They just really just ooh and ahhed me. And I was like, okay, well, if I get this position, I'll be able to afford this. I think, no, not. But not only that, after they wined and dined me, they told me that they were going to they would have to take off about $30,000 of my salary because I didn't know Spanish. But they thought that I was going to be so impressed that I would just take whatever they, yeah. And I got a standard of living, honey. I want to, I ain't going to be living in no little old nothing. So that went out the window. But let me tell you, literally, Dorian, I had gotten this little Cadillac CTS. I loved that little car. The two-door Cadillac, right? And I was in my car, and I was just like, Lord, what am I going to do? And I'm not joking. He spoke to me, and he said, go home. And I'm telling you, clear as day. I was sitting in that car, and the Lord said, go home. And I was like, I'm going to be obedient. I'm going to be obedient. Like, I just felt like I just got very holy all of a sudden. So I just like, I'm going to be obedient. And then I went home, and when I moved back to Mississippi, it was like everything just started boom, 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 falling into place. Yep. It was so much clarity being here. And people think they're like, do you know people in Atlanta still think I live in Atlanta? I went there recently. They were like, where you been? I haven't seen you. I said, child, I moved about 13 years ago. They were like, what? You left? And I mean, you don't miss a beat. You shouldn't be afraid to just go because it might be what you need, and that is what I needed. I'm telling you, Mississippi just it has blessed me.
I could say the same thing. Just like people, it's hard. So Mrs. Jackson in particular, I can't speak about the whole state, but Jackson has this bad rep of like no opportunity.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're doing something that's for you, you will create that opportunity. But it's hard. Like, I don't know many people who's doing PR and successful with it. It's just like what I'm doing. Like, my style of media isn't like anyone else's. Like, I'm not knocking nobody, everybody doing their thing, but like, it's just hard to the magazine aspect, right? Yes. Keeping that going, then trying to have the nonprofit, having the film institute, and then doing like the media side. And then like JJ, when he came, like fitness at the time for him, it wasn't something that a lot of people were doing here. And it's hard to really build something in Jackson. But when you do it, it really pays off. Like, it's so easy to network here.
It is. Yeah. It is. And then you don't have the distractions of a larger city. But you can leave and go wherever you want to go, whenever you want to go. That's what I love about being home. And then people everybody who's come to Jackson is just like, I love it here. I love it here. And I'm like, yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm just not one of those people that feel like Jackson is just so, I can't find nothing to do and da-da-da-da. I have a good, full life here in Jackson. I enjoy it. And it gives me the peace I need to be able to travel and go other places if I need to also. Is that my phone? Oh.
I don't know. I don't even know where my phone, I found it.
Yeah, so, Jackson is, we have everything. We really do. I mean, it's just what you make of it. Now, I'm not saying don't go other places, because we left. And wait a minute, are you from here originally? Okay, yeah. So you came back, and that's important, because those experiences, other places, that's so important. Yep. It's so important, and it makes you enjoy, and then it makes you appreciate what you have at home.
Yep. One thing I appreciated about Jackson, would probably have been the community. Yeah. How easy it is to network. I think Atlanta is obviously superior though when it comes to networking. But like Chicago, New York, Houston, all of that, like it's not the same as here. It's like a small town / big city. I
know, right? It is.
So yeah, it is. I learned a lot of skills though, especially in Houston. Houston taught me about business on a whole different level.
I love Houston.
Yeah, I loved it. I wish I would have stayed out there, but
yeah. Well, why don't you get you a little place out there and just go?
I've been thinking about it, but I can't leave Jackson. I mean, it's all my clients here, my employees here. Like,
see, you're the change of Jackson. Like, what you're doing right now is just so needed. So we are blessed to have you.
Yep, and I'm same with you.
Yeah, well, thank you. And I mean, it's just good. We'll be able to work together on things. I'm so glad that we have connected, because we need to, fluff it up.
Yeah, Jackson does need some revamping in how we do business, though.
Oh yeah, what you think?
People here are lost. They do not know how to do business.
They don't.
They do not know how to do business.
They don't.
You was like the first person to reach out to me and actually like. I'm serious when I say this, like through and through, like email, having a portfolio ready. Like, I'm serious. Like Melanie had a whole press release. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, you ask somebody for a press release in Jackson, they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Well, I know what you mean.
They know what it is, but they won't have it, And so like, that was the first time I experienced that here. I was really thrown off.
Oh my gosh.
Because like people from other states, when they come here and they do work, like, well, whether we send it in like an invoice or whatever, it has to be professional. You have to email. You have to have all of that.
Yes.
And here, people they don't understand it.
And I'm a stickler for that. And we gotta, not you, me. I have to be careful, because sometimes I'm so detailed, I almost feel like I'm doing too much. And I'm like, okay, maybe I should scale back a little bit, because I'll give you, now I am going to stop doing this, but I did this the other day. One of my girls, She asked me if I would help her out with some PR for some things she was doing. And I know her. I already know her. But I gave her like a 13-page breakdown. It was like, I ain't even joking. It was 13 pages. But see, that's me. I want to be able to like lay some stuff out, and I want to read it, and I want to get to know. I want to understand a business or something, a business move. You know, I want to know. A lot of people here just want to know how much it costs. I want to tell you how much it costs, but I also want to tell you what you're going to get with it and what you're not going to get with it. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Especially what you not gonna get with it. Now I need you to know.
I would just like specify what you not gonna get.
What you not gonna get is what I want you to know. Please,
They'll come to you. They want the lowest package you got, but want the top quality like work, and I hate that.
I hate that. And you know what? Because we are people that are proud of what we do.
You can't half-ass it. I'm telling you.
And they'll take advantage of it.
You don't even want those clients now. You like,
nope.
If you can't pay me, like I'm cool on it. And like, because I'm not gonna compromise my work just because you don't want to pay. And the cheapest people be the ones that cause the biggest
most issue
all the time.
And then I know you've probably been in this situation because I have many, many more times than I should have. I'll be kicking myself. I'm like, why did I just charge? I should have charged double of what the trouble that I'm going through. I need to at least be feeling good about something that I'm doing. But now y'all got me feeling like I ain't.
I don't want to show up. Like, yes,
I don't want to go.
I'm telling you.
But you know, my daddy told me something. He said, "Look, I always wonder why they chose you, and remember why they called you. They called you for a reason.
That's true.
That's what you in charge of." So yeah,
that's true. That's true. I mean, like, I haven't had one client that like paid more than $5,000 that ever came back complaining.
Exactly.
Issues, but like the people that's less than that, I promise you, like,
yes.
Man. And then like they want you like here, you have to really find your lane too, because I mean I don't know about you, but like for me, I try not to work with individuals. I try to work with companies. Try to do contract based.
Let's talk about that. That's what I would prefer, and that's what I've been thinking about in recent times. I'm like, I'm sorry, my makeup running. In recent times, I've been thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have to get more into the corporate side of things.
Yeah, it's a life changer for real.
I'm glad you said.
What problems are you having with the individuals?
What we've been talking about, honey.
So let me ask you. I don't want to get too much in your business, but like.
That's why I'm here.
So
I'm
like,
an open book.
How hard is it for you to take care of everything that you have financially based on just the clientele that you have to the point where what's making you, I get that we're having the issues like with the professionalism, the understanding and, you know, people having the budgets, but like, is PR enough for you to take care of what you're doing without having to get another job or do anything else?
Babe, I'm glad. This is a great question. It is, but it's not. And let me explain. At one point, it definitely, I was just like, because I have a regular job too. I need to say that. That's important. I forgot to say that. I was appointed to a position, and I work with the Mississippi Supreme Court and the administrative office, of course. I'm a circuit court administrator for 3 counties here. So,
okay.
I'm crazy, right? I know. And we'll get to that. So I would say entrepreneurship is a very real thing, but it is very possible to do both. And I know that is totally what people say don't do. Be straight up what you get. Well, it just depends on the position that you have. I have been blessed to have a position where I am able to do all of what I do and still maintain that because it's basically I'm an administrator for the courts, but I am the PR person. I am the person that deals with all the attorneys. So I still do my job, and I'm still doing my PR thing at the same time every day. So anyway, I'm sorry, but back to your question. If I didn't have that job, would I be able to be as comfortable as I am? I could, but that would mean that I would have to hustle way harder, and I would have to charge more for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I would definitely need to have maybe a few more clients or a couple more clients than I do. But I'm going to tell you this, my peace of mind meant more to me than any piece of coin, because the past few years, I got rid of so many damn clients because I was so burnt out and tired.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have hardly no PR real money coming in at all. I need the IRS to hear this too. I mean, for real, it was like, but I was happy. I was happy as hell. And that's what made me feel like I wanted to revamp. And it was like, as soon as I got rid of all those little randoms and stuff, everything started really coming around. The good stuff started coming, the good opportunities. And I'm going to tell you, Dorian, even though I'm behind the scenes, I have been put in front of the camera more so in recent times than I have in the past. You know, I'm going to be on a show on Showtime, a very popular show. And, I guess I can go and say it. Can I say it? Let me see. Can I say it?
Come on, Miss PR.
I don't know if I can. I'm wondering, am I able to say? I got to really think about this. I think I can. I'm going to be, no, I don't know if I should say it yet. I can tell you off camera. I'll tell you off camera. But it's a very popular show on Showtime that has, that chose me to be a guest star on the show. And I thought I was going to be an extra. And when I got there, I had my own trailer. I had a wardrobe set out. I could not believe it. And so, of course, then I'm asked to host a lot of different things and, all of that. So it's kind of interesting because I'm enjoying that. I'm thinking about going back into music. I miss it. But now, but PR definitely, it can be very lucrative. And I have done really well. And I still do fine. But I could really, really do it if I felt like it. I just don't feel like it.
It's too draining.
It's draining. My peace of mind means everything. I made more in PR, I feel, than I did with my salary, though. Not feel, I know I did.
Okay. Like, I hadn't had a job since 2017. I've been an entrepreneur. So I just, like so many people, like they come and they ask those questions like, oh, like, should I quit my job? And I always say, like, no, because they don't understand it's hard.
You do say that too?
I tell them, nah,
okay.
stay with it until it's taking care of you, because the first 4-5 years was hell.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Look, it be hell and you got an income.
Mm-hmm.
So I already know.
And even, like, I get why they say that, though, because when you work in a job and you want to be an entrepreneur, like, you hate your job, you hate going in, you don't want to do it. You feel like, oh, I can be putting this time and resources into my own business. But I'm like, man, if you 18, 19, 20, you can do that. But when you get 21, 22, you got these bills.
Real bills.
Well, I ain't gonna say 21, 22. When you hit about 24, 25, that's when the real bills kick in. And
oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was rough, man.
I know, but you made it. And then but when you don't have that extra, it forces you to, you rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
Now, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit.
Mm-hmm.
And so even when I'm going to just get real with you and say this, even when I've had men who I know, my ex was like, you ain't got to do nothing. And I was like, that kind of scared me a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like I still wanted to go get it. I like to see it grow. I like to see, things happen.
You seen your baby grow up.
Yeah. So I've always had that hustle spirit and mentality. So no matter what, I'm just a person by nature. I do not feel like I'm not a complacent person. I'm insatiable. I'm like, okay, so I did this. What's next? I'm not impressed with my success. It don't impress me because I'm sitting up here like, well, if I did that, I can do that. You know what I mean? So I don't, that's just me. I just feel like I'm supposed to be doing this. Yeah, I'm supposed to be getting it. Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing well. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. I just like when folks go to graduation, they be falling out. Oh my God, my baby graduated. I be like, well, I'm glad they graduated, but shit, ain't they supposed to graduate? I don't be, that. I don't. I mean, I'm not trying to be insensitive to people who go crazy at graduations. And for the first person that graduates in your family, I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just saying, I ain't going crazy at your graduation because, baby, I expected you to do that.
It's so crazy you got to sit here and make that disclaimer. But that's where we at today. I'm serious. Jesus Christ.
You're right. Why I even had to say it?
It's crazy.
We do.
Because they'll cancel you.
They'll cancel you for some stuff. And you know what? I think we kind of touched on that a little earlier, though. You do have to be mindful. I think it's programmed in me to disclaim certain things because I'm an open book and I'm going to say some things that people may or may not agree with, but I really don't mind it because I feel like
you're supposed to have an opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's fine.
But on social media, opinions are bad. You can only speak fact. You can't have an opinion about something.
The comment sections be like a war.
Yep. I ain't gonna say it.
Say it, what?
You got people who are real life losers that
say it.
Grew up without a voice.
Ooh.
That this is their first time being able to say something and not have to worry about being beat up or like all.
Yes.
It's just a bunch of losers, people who have no life, people that some people. You know how in school they had you separated based on IQ levels, like you got those people, you got some of those people on these apps having opinions. So,
and that's something, and that has been social media is it's a beautiful thing. It's a phenom. I mean, I'm glad we have it, but can we agree that you get to see who is crazy as hell? And I'm using the word crazy. I don't even want to disclaim no more. I'm just going.
You can say crazy. You can't say the R word.
Oh, the R word is the one. Yeah, I
R-word.
heard. Oh my God, and I say that, and I don't even. I say it. I do. Oh my God, I do. Okay, so I won't. But anyway, I mean, I'm just.
They're gonna counsel you. They're gonna pack you up. You getting packed up.
I'm getting packed up. Oh my God. I'm on one day. I'm probably gonna slip up and say it. But now, and you know what? I don't even say it for the term that it's supposed to be about. I say it for common folk.
This shit going retarded. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I be talking about regular old folks that look at it. Now, see, I was about to say the R word and curse behind it. So I really was just about to go crazy. But I'm just saying, I mean, I wouldn't say it about
we
somebody
getting
who
packed
really
up.
has.
We getting packed up, B. We finna get packed up. Shout out to Mel. She pulling the Cat Williams. We finna get packed up.
Oh my God. Lord, I love cat ass crazy. Ain't that a crazy motherfucker?
Yeah, he is.
But what was I about to tell you? Oh shoot, I forgot. But whatever the case, we was on the same page with that though.
Just social media and people
not used to being they're not used to being popular people. They're not used to being people who have worked hard to do something and kind of what I was saying earlier, you feel good about yourself when you know, hey, I put the work in. Yeah, I put the work in. These folks here, they get some likes and they go crazy. They are like, yo, I'm famous. Yo, I'm important. And you be like, okay, keep living.
And now they whole identity on social media is going and spamming people's stuff, saying like controversial things or it's annoying.
It is. I don't know. These folks, it's interesting. But, you know, hey, that's what makes the world interesting. I like the crazy shit.
So if you could defend one unpopular opinion, then like what would it be?
An unpopular opinion. I don't even want to talk about this presidency shit at all. I don't even want to play with that. I can't.
Why? What is it?
Well, first of all, let me cancel myself. I just got tired of looking at anything with that, with Trump. It was just driving me insane. I was just like, I felt like we were a joke. I felt like this was a true movie. I felt like I asked people who are friends with people overseas how they felt about America, and people are laughing. And I'm like, this is just so stupid. Like, we really have somebody up here that is, in my opinion, a joke. Now, he may do some good things. I don't know. I don't even know enough about his policies to tell you. I'm gonna be honest. Didn't I tell you I don't want to talk about nothing political, no structures of government and all that kind of stuff, because that kind of stuff bores me and I don't even know. I just know the surface stuff. But from the surface things that I'm seeing, I'm just kind of like, oh my God, I hope we can corral this together and make something positive, because right now, the firings and all of those things, that is very concerning, because I know people who are on tap to lose their jobs. And, but anyway, back to your question, unpopular opinions. What's an example of an unpopular opinion? I'm trying to think. Anything come to mind?
Like, you should, in your case, like, you could be like, my unpopular opinion is I should be able to say the R word as long as I'm not degrading someone.
Oh, okay. Like,
something like that.
The politically and unpolitically correct. The N word. The N word does not bother me. I don't know why. I mean,
by a white person saying it, or like a black person?
Oh, yeah. We do need to get. Yeah, let's dig that. Let's. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Let me. Yeah. Let me clean that up real quick. Definitely, absolutely. I do not want to hear a white person say the N word. Okay. Yeah. I'm just an old Mississippi. I'm old school. But now amongst us, there has been a lot of talk about us not using that because we're degrading ourselves, we're kings, we're queens, and all of these things. Yes, that could be true. But I don't think that the word is just that powerful amongst ourselves. I mean, dare I say, it's almost a term of endearment, because we have something that we can say amongst each other that's our word, as for us. And it may have derived from some bullshit, nigger. I'm going to say it, nigger. But I like, excuse me. But, you need to know what we're talking about. But when you saying it and you have owned it and you have created it and made it what you want it to be, and it's almost it's almost loose. It's loose because it's not as meaningful meaningful as people want it to be, then I feel like it's okay. That's just me. It doesn't bother me.
I respect that.
You don't like it?
Excuse me. I don't have a problem with it.
You don't say it?
I say it.
You do? Oh, okay.
Maybe it's my PR side. Just like, like the N word, like, to me, I've always kind of loathed at the idea of people making a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
But I understand why some people don't like it, because it's looked at as something derogative, and my mom doesn't like it.
Oh, she doesn't.
My mom and my dad, they don't like it.
They don't want you to say it, period.
Yep. It's a cuss word to them. I'm one of them children that, even though I may cuss on my personal time with my parents, I still like.
Oh yeah, I don't curse with my parents.
Yeah, see,
I'm one of those too.
We are like rare. You know that that is rare.
Isn't that something?
That's rare now. Like,
because I am floored when I hear people talk in front of their mama and they be like,
any adult.
Shit or yes.
If you're older than me.
Yeah.
I'm respect first.
That's me. And I was really, I never thought about that until this moment, really. It's just, my sister and brother, they're 10 and 11 years younger than me. They don't care. They'll say anything. And I'm like, Mama, it's right here. Oh, my bad, Mama. What? But that's just me. I'm like overly respectful when it comes down to stuff. But yeah,
This dude keep calling me yes sir, and it's driving me crazy.
Oh my God.
But I love him to death though.
Yes.
Because he's so respectful.
That's so, yeah.
But he called me sir. We in New Orleans, wide open.
Y'all together.
Me and him and my other partner, we wide open.
Yeah. And
we out here talking. I'm like, you good, B? You need something? No, sir, I'm good. Nigga.
Wait a minute.
See, you got me saying the N-words on camera. You got all these people right here. Yes. I already got gray hair coming in, and he talking about something.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes, sir. No, sir. I'm good. You know, we talked about that.
Said that. Yes, I forgot. Do you look at me as an elder? Because I'm 44.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. I'm 44. I could be your mama.
It's basically because of how you carry yourself, though.
Yeah.
If you was like serious, I'd be like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm. No, ma'am. Because you got 15 years on me.
Is it 15? Oh my God, yeah.
When your birthday?
It was November 22nd, so I just turned 44.
Okay, see, I turned 30 this year.
Oh my God.
We were talking about, we were talking about that.
I couldn't believe you were 30 because you carry yourself so much older, even though you look young, and that's a compliment because I feel like you're one of these faces that's gonna look like you for a long time. But I still
shout out to those that don't have.
Yeah, because baby, it's be some changes going on. But yeah, I mean, you definitely don't give 30.
Yeah, I see you outside and how you having fun. You don't act like a 40.
Thank you.
Oh, it's cool. It's cool. But anyways.
I don't act 44? Okay, great.
No, you don't. Like
Thanks.
in the club, listening to all types of music.
Okay, let's talk about this.
What's up?
Because I am Miss PR, right? But I don't PR myself. And this is something that has been pointed out to me by my mama. Because, and even what we're talking about, you can tell that I don't even do what I tell my clients to do. And I think it is a rebellious spirit because I have been the prim and proper and so overly aware of everything that I did, everything that I said for so long that now I am just like, just freedom. But it's like I'm gonna pop a bottle. And but I do have to be careful because sometimes I post up and have to take it down because I'm like, you've done that before. Like
when you came in with that nice cup right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you came in with that, I was like, was like, I can't drink.
That's right.
I can't drink in public, so I get it.
So now you decided that you don't want to drink in public, right?
Yeah, I mean, same background, so it's like,
yeah.
I'll drink. I take that back. I'll drink in public, but it has to be at a club, like, and it has to be like 1 or 2 drinks. It can't be. You ain't
gonna be taking no shots.
If I take shots, it's gonna be 2, and that's it. I'm not drinking no more.
Okay.
Because, like you said, like I struggle with that actually, like. When it comes to like policing yourself, because I'm goofy. I'm like I play a lot, but I am. Yeah, exactly. But I'm also serious, and so like I can have a conversation about politics. I can have a conversation about history. I can have a conversation about the streets.
Yeah,
I can have a conversation about business, all that. But I'm a goofy person, so like when we went to New Orleans, I just. Get out there.
You was just there. You had a good time.
The inner kid comes out, and so sometimes my people come to me and they be like, "Why are you doing that?" And I'm like you. I'm like, "Fuck it," like
exactly.
I'm my own boss. I do what I want to.
Exactly.
So,
yeah.
I feel you. I don't get us how if our client did that, we'd be like, "Come on."
Yeah.
Why are we doing it?
Yes. It definitely you have to be like, okay, let me make sure I keep myself together, But
you do a good job though.
Thank you.
I'm serious. Like I have never looked at your story or a post and I thought
I'm doing too much.
Yeah, I ain't never thought that.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
I actually laugh at it because you just bubbly, super bubbly.
I really have to say I love life. I do. I love life. I love people. I love what I do. And I love even the crazy stuff. Like, I mean, one of my clients was actually my boyfriend. And like we just did this big thing, a month ago now in Birmingham called Let's Build Birmingham. And he like low key cursed at me because I was late. I'm bringing it up to say that's my client, but that's also my man. I had to really think hard. I'm like, I'm so prideful when it comes down to like business and pleasure stuff. Mm-hmm. I've done it twice before. Well, 3 times. This is in the span of 20 years. But recently, I was like, okay, I got to be careful with this because, he got out of character. I can't get out of character. And I pride myself on that because if I bring you on as a client, I ain't even been, he became my client after the fact. He was not my client, and then we got together. He decided that he wanted me to help him. But I was still like, oh my God, Lord, if I wasn't me, if I wasn't the PR person, I would curse you out right now at this place.
How do you juggle? That's another thing I tell people too, like relationships and working together is a recipe for disaster because it's hard, normally for the women.
Yes.
And this probably is wrong. I'm sorry, y'all. Disclaimer.
Tell them.
But, women, if they doing work for you, like, and you don't like something, sometimes, y'all can take it personal. But I'm like, do not work with your significant other. So how is that working for you? Like,
well, actually, I be telling y'all all my business. We ain't really quite on the same page right now. Oops, sorry, boo. But
she just give her some flowers, man.
Help me out.
Bring some flowers, new car or something. Melanie in high class. Give her a new car, man. Give her a new car. Don't give her no flowers. That's cheap.
Buy me a car. He did give me some land though. That was good.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm. He did. Yeah. He's excellent. He's great. But I would say, and I did say, I don't know if he remembers when I said it, but when we first started talking about doing this thing, I said, now I would much rather be your girlfriend than work with you. I really would, But the thing is, when you have 2 people who both do things that they love and y'all can help each other, it's natural. You instantly want to help them. Mm-hmm. And honestly, the only reason why we're not really seeing eye to eye in this moment is because he is in a focused mode that really doesn't need to be broken. And we are the type of folks that's like, well, I'll say this about me, and I found that out about him. You may not agree with me, but I'm going to just tell you what I think. I'm talking to him now. But I am going to go all the way in for you. I'm going to make sure everything is good, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's the person he's going to call. Now, he is the person that called me all day long, and it didn't bother me because that was okay. I don't know why, but that one right there could call me all day. And we'd be on the phone. Sometimes we just be on the phone. Holding the phone, doing work. I'm typing. He over there working on his stuff, and we just on the phone. But he has some goals that he's trying to reach right now, and he does need to zone out and focus because when people start, I could feel the tension starting to rise a little bit, and I was like, man, this shit ain't really going all that crazy. I'm like, but I feel like he needs to focus over there. And I know I'm 44. I don't have kids. I should be thinking about this needs to be my husband. I need to be married. Stuff like I'm just not pressed like that.
Is he younger?
He older. He's only 49. He a little bit older than me.
Shit, man.
What?
Damn.
What, Dorian? What? That's all.
Oh, shit. You need to take a seat, B. You good. You should really take a seat, bro.
You done took your glasses off. You all right.
That shit was crazy.
What?
I don't know. I know you 44.
Yeah.
God, damn.
49 sound old.
Damn. Oh. Yeah. B, what you think when you heard it, man? He was like,
damn,
he was like,
that's
God.
Right? I know, right? I can't believe it. I can't listen. I can't believe I'm 44. I can't even believe that I'm 44. Now you talk about somebody who don't look like they 49. He looked at all like, but he has grown children, so you know. But
And you don't have any children?
I don't have any kids. No, I have 2 cats and a parrot.
Do you want kids?
I do.
Okay.
I just don't feel like it right now, but I ain't got much time.
Mel, that's gonna.
I know. I don't know.
That's gonna, y'all. If you, that's gonna be selfish, Mel. You gonna have a 30-year-old. You gonna have a 30-year-old kid, and you gonna be fucking 80.
Oh
that's crazy. Don't do that to your kid.
Okay, I'm gonna do it next year.
You know your boyfriend can see this, right?
Oh, sorry.
Like,
well, it might not be you. No, just
yo, Mel, you gonna get counseled. You gonna be single.
Okay,
You gonna lose your clients.
I'm gonna lose everybody. Look.
God damn.
Because I heard a wise woman told me always keep a spare in case you run over glass. What do you think about that?
I ain't got no comment. Do I know your man?
No.
Okay.
I mean, no. Well, no. I mean, you might if you on social media.
I ain't gonna speak. I don't speak on it anyway. But you know, I can't egg you on here, Mel. I'm pro my brothers. You know, I gotta.
You like.
Gotta back my guys up.
Okay. If you say so.
So like, but what made you say that though?
Well, because I know that he is in a different place. I know that he is serious about some things that he wants to do. And having a child right now probably is not best for him. And I know it's not about him, but, you know, just being honest, you know, I am very real about my partner. I'm not going to force something onto something that onto somebody when I know that they have already expressed, look, I'm trying to stay focused, you know, and I don't have a lot of years to be sitting around waiting either. So that's why I said that.